I fly. The buzz about flies and how awesome they are. Bridget Eros, illustrated by Jennifer Plicas. Fly is fed up with everyone studying butterflies. After all, flies go through metamorphosis too, and they are so much cooler. Flies flap their wings 200 times a second compared to a butterfly's measly 5 to 12 times. Their baby maggots are much cuter than caterpillars, obviously, and they eat solid food. Flies even throw up on it to turn it into a liquid. Who wouldn't want to study an insect like that? Funny and informative, this earnest and highly partitioned narrator provides a refreshing new perspective on his fascinating species. We're good people, I mean insects. I Fly. The Buzz About Flies and How Awesome They Are by Bridget Eos, illustrated by Jennifer Plicas. To Sarah and Maddie Day, BH. For Mom and Dad, a bit of science comes through. JP. Hey kids, what are you studying? Bzzz, butterflies. Sight, it's always the butterflies. I get it. They have such beautiful wings, such graceful flight, such an amazing metamorphosis. Well, guess who else metamorphoses can fly? And it's beautiful, at least according to my mother. Insect metamorphosis, a process by which a baby insect transforms into an adult insect. Me and all my housefly relatives. Like butterflies, flies go through metamorphosis too. Eggs, caterpillar or larva, pupa, adult, butterfly metamorphosis. Eggs, maggot or larva, pupa, adult, fly metamorphosis. Here's how the story goes. My 500 brothers and sisters and I started out as eggs. Our mom tucked us into a warm, smelly bed of dog dew. When we hatched, we looked like shore, greasy white worms. In other words, much cuter than caterpillars. Scientists call us larvae. Humans call us maggots. Our parent called us adorable. Back in my maggot days, I ate a lot, but my siblings and I didn't eat flowers like those fancy smacky caterpillars. We ate poop and trash, and we still do. Wait a second, is that a trash can? Yum, rotting fruit. You don't mind if I eat while we talk, do you? Anyways, as maggots, we grew bigger. We shed our skin 3 times. Then we came pupa. Inside the pupal case, things got interesting. We changed into flies. I remember it like it was yesterday. I busted out of my pupal case, ate some dead meat on a bun, and then started my family. Before I knew it, I was the father of 500 babies. My babies grew up in 10 days. Then my daughters laid about 500 eggs each. That blessed me with thousands of grand maggots, or more. To be honest, I lost count. Sadly, my maggots and grand maggots don't have much use for the old man. They take care of themselves, just like I did as a maggot. So now I spend most of my time flying. I am an amazing flyer. My wings flutter 200 times a second. The monarch butterfly flaps its wing only 5 to 12 times per second. I scoff at that number. Also, butterflies are annoyingly quiet. My wings make a cool noise. When I flap my wings, I can make a high-pitched bzzz. When I flap my wings slow, the bzzz is low-pitched. Maybe if your science teachers won't let you study me, your music teacher will. And to think I do all this with only 2 wings. Those lazy butterflies have 4. Even you could fly with 4 wings, I bet. But try flying with 2. And try doing this without spinning out of control. That's thanks to my halters. Little spinning things that look like lollipops and help me keep my balance. If you said those clumsy butterflies, you're right. Guess who doesn't have any? Now that I've given you a glimpse of my greatness, you can ask me some questions. I heard that butterflies throw up everything before they eat it. Is that true? No, we don't throw up on everything, only solid foods. See, we don't have any teeth, so we can't chew. I had to throw up this apple core to turn it into a liquid that I could soap it up with my spongy mouth. But if something's already liquid, like the soup you're having for lunch, you don't throw it up. I'll slurp that right out of the bowl. Next question. Is it true that flies spread diseases by landing on gross stuff, letting their feet dirty, and then landing on food? Okay, that is true. Guilty as charged. But actually, I'm a really clean guy. Have you noticed that I scrub myself every time I land? It's to keep the tiny hairs of my body clean. The hairs help me sense things like the swoosh of the air when somebody tries to swat me. But the seated can't do their job when they're cluttered with dirt and dust. Unfortunately, all that scrubbing sends bacteria flying. Sorry about that. Just keeping it clean, my friends. One last question. Hit me. True or false? Mosquitoes are flies, and mosquitoes are bad, so flies are bad too. False. This one gets me right in the gut. Mosquitoes are flies, but they're not house flies. They are distant cousins. How could you feel if your distant relative did something mean and everyone blame you for it? Sad, right? Well, welcome to my world. Sob. I'm sorry, please don't mind my tears. It's just that my whole life, all 21 days of it, I watch kids like you learn about butterflies. Meanwhile, I've been here all along, totally ignored. But you can't change that. Ask your teacher if you study flies and not butterflies. We're better species. Let's study flies. Yeah, got him. Put him in the habitat. Wait a second, where am I? Ugh, it's so clean in here. Where's the rotting fruit? Where's the trash? I need trash. Listen, I made a mistake. I don't belong in the classroom. I didn't mention it before, but I carry 1,941,000 kinds of bacteria. You think it doesn't matter that I throw up on your food? Because 65 known human diseases, I'm filthy. I think you should study butterflies after all. Much as it pains me to say, just let me out of here. Thank you. While I admit flies aren't great for school habitats, we really are awesome. How about a few more facts before I buzz out of here? We have winter homes. You don't see flies when it's cold outside. So where do new flies come from in the spring? If we lay eggs in the late fall, our larvae or pupa spend the winter deep inside whatever muck they call home. The next spring, they become flies. We have big families. If all 500 of my maggots grew up to have 500 babies of their own, that would make 250,000 new flies. Next to those 250,000 new flies could each lay 500 eggs. In a perfect world, a fly like me could have 191 gazillion flies, 191 quintillion, 10 quadrillion children and grandchildren in the course of a summer. Unfortunately, we don't have all to survive. Some of us freeze out in cold nights or wash away during the storms. Others are eaten by wasps, birds, bats, spiders, or dragonflies. Splat! Squatters squat us, and sometimes there isn't enough food. You can do your part to fight the flight hunger by leaving your sandwiches, ice cream cones, and candy laying around. We're good people, I mean insects. Not all my relatives cause problems like the mosquito does. Both flights help police detectives solve crimes. The age of maggots on a dead body helps police determine when a crime occurred. 1 day, 4 days, 10 days. And fruit flies lend a hand in science labs. Scientists like to study these fly cousins to learn why humans get sick. Perhaps one day you'll study flies after all. And keep in mind that we, the houseflies, also do our part. If we weren't for your hungry maggots, the earth would be a messy place. You're welcome. Hooray for flies! Flies rule. Bravo! Bravo! The end. This is a glossary. Glossary and some other fun words to know. Caterpillar, a butterfly or a moth larva. While they are popular, scientists' evidence show that they are not as cute as maggots. Environmentalist, a person who protects the earth resources, a muck-eating maggot. Halters, two thread-like organs that help flies keep their balance. They resemble lollipops. Lollipops. Insect metamorphosis, the process by which larva transforms into an adult insect. Larva, an offspring that is significantly different from its parent. A maggot, for instance, doesn't have much in common with a fly, except for its good looks. Maggot, a type of larva that is cute and cuddly offspring of a fly. Milkweed, a perennial flower with pods. The plant monarch caterpillars gobble up, making pigs of themselves. Molt, the process by which a larva sheds its skin so it can grow bigger. Petunia, a popular potted flower that caterpillars rudely chew holes in. Pupa, the stage during which a larva metamorphoses from a maggot to a fly. Pupal case, the casing in which a larva metamorphoses. A maggot uses its own skin. A butterfly caterpillar spins a chrysalis, a fancy word for a pupal case. Putilinum, a structure like water balloons that pops out of a fly's head and helps it bust out its pupal case. It disappears but leaves cool scar. Setae, tiny hairs of insect bodies. They help flies to sense things. Zinnia, another flower that caterpillars eat without asking. And this is the end. about the author, Bridget Heroes. The author has more than 60 books for children, including Mustache Baby, illustrated by John Ang, and What to Expect When You're Expecting Larva, illustrated by Stephanie Jorish. Bridget has loved insects since childhood, even those fancy, smacky butterflies. Since she feels it's hard for flies to see butterflies study year after year, she wanted to tell fly story too. She lives in Kansas City, Missouri, with her husband and 4 children. Jennifer Plecas is an artist, designer, and author who illustrates over 30 books for children, including the beloved Good Night books by Shelley Moore Thomas. Please is a good word to say by Barbara Juice, and most recently, her own Ba, Set the Baby and Olive's Perfect World. Born in Washington, D.C., she now lives in Blue Springs, Missouri, with her husband and 2 children. I heard that flies throw up on everything before they eat it. Is that true? No, we don't throw up on everything, only solid foods. Is it true that flies spread diseases by landing on gross stuff, getting their feet feel dirty, and then landing on food? Oh yeah, that's true. Guilty as charged.